Number 8. Levels of money. How banks treat you from -$4 to $25 million. Your bank doesn't treat everyone the same. Overdraft your account by $4, and you might spend your morning fighting a fee. Have $25 million, and suddenly bankers may be competing for your attention. Same building, same logo, same financial system, completely different experience. Because as your balance grows, something strange happens. The fees can disappear. The phone gets answered faster. Credit gets cheaper. And eventually, you stop asking the bank for opportunities. The bank starts bringing opportunities to you. These are the 8 levels of money, from a negative bank balance to $25 million. And the higher we go, the more uncomfortable the difference becomes. Hashtag level 1, negative balance. There's a minus sign on your screen. You stare at it. $4. $4. Maybe a coffee. Maybe a forgotten subscription. Maybe a timing issue. But the bank doesn't care about the story. It only sees the number. And that number can trigger an overdraft fee. Suddenly, a small mistake becomes a big punishment. That's the first brutal lesson of being broke. Being short on money can itself become expensive. Then another payment hits. A bill. A subscription. Something you forgot. Now you're deeper in. You call the bank. Hold music. Transfers. Departments. Maybe they help. Maybe they don't. But your life doesn't pause while you fix it. Rent doesn't wait. Bills don't wait. Life doesn't wait. A $4 mistake can turn into a $100 problem. And the stress isn't loud. It's quiet. It looks like saying, I already ate, when you didn't. At this level, you're not just low on money. You're constantly trying to stop small problems from becoming disasters. Hashtag level 2, $200. Now your account says, $200. It took effort to get here. Extra shifts. Sacrifices. Cutting everything unnecessary. But you're still fragile. One problem away from collapse. Then your car breaks. Repair, $300. You don't have it. So you take the bus. Late. Tired. Stressed. Your manager notices. He doesn't say much. And somehow, that silence feels worse. At $200, you're technically above zero. But financially, you're still one emergency away from falling back down. You're not building wealth. You're surviving distance from disaster. And this is where most people get stuck. Because they think income is the goal. But systems don't reward effort alone. They reward stability. If you want to understand how money actually moves through systems like this, and learn alongside others trying to improve their financial life, follow Monetary Cipher. Let's decode money and grow together. Hashtag level 3, $2,000. Now you have $2,000. Something changes. Your life becomes predictable. Paychecks arrive. Bills get paid. Balance stays positive. And suddenly, the system notices you. Credit offers appear. Small approvals happen. Financing becomes possible. Not great terms, but real access. You apply for a card. Approved. Your car breaks again. This time, you qualify for financing. And you realize something important. You didn't change. Your financial behavior did. At this level, you're no longer invisible. You're just not important yet. You're becoming predictable. Hashtag level 4, $15,000. Now you're at $15,000. And things start happening without you asking. Credit limits increase. Banks reach out. Offers arrive. Someone asks, what are your financial goals? That question feels new. Because before, nobody asked. Now small problems disappear faster. Fees get reversed. Issues get resolved. Not because the system became kind, but because you became worth keeping. At this level, you learn a quiet truth. Service follows value. Hashtag level 5, $80,000. At $80,000, your status changes. You're no longer just a customer. You're a relationship. Your banker remembers you, follows up, reaches out personally. Another bank tries to pull your money. And suddenly, you have leverage. Your current bank responds faster, offers better terms, tries to keep you. Because now losing you costs more than keeping you. At this level, the shift is clear. You stop chasing the bank. The bank starts chasing you. Hashtag level 6, $500,000. $500,000. Now you're in a different world. Not checking accounts. Not basic loans. Now it's investments, retirement, taxes, wealth strategy. A banker may come to you. Not the other way around. Meetings are longer. Conversations are deeper. Attention is focused. Because now, The relationship is the product. You're invited to private events, financial discussions, exclusive opportunities. Money is no longer the goal. Access is. Hashtag level 7, $5 million. At $5 million, everything becomes tailored. You may have a private banker, a small team, specialized support. Your financial life is no longer standard. It is structured. Loans become conversations. Investments become curated. Solutions become customized. You're not navigating the system alone anymore. You're navigating it with professionals whose job is to make it work for you. At this level, the system adapts to you. Hashtag level 8, $25 million. Now we reach $25 million. This is ultra high net worth territory. And here, everything changes again. You don't have a banker. You have a team. Credit specialists, investment advisors, estate planners, wealth managers. Problems are no longer approved or denied. They are structured and solved. Need liquidity? They design it. Need tax strategy? They build it. Need long-term wealth planning? They coordinate it. At this level, the question is no longer, what product do you want? It becomes, what are you trying to build? Because now, losing you is not just losing a client. It's losing entire ecosystems of value. Hashtag the final truth. But somewhere tonight, someone opens their banking app. $4. They stare at it. Rent is coming. Payday is not yet here. And they're calculating survival. Meanwhile, somewhere else, a multi-millionaire gets a call. When would be convenient for you? 2 people. Same system. Completely different reality. Because money doesn't change who you are, but it changes how the system sees you. At the bottom, you pay for mistakes. In the middle, you pay for access. At the top, the system competes for you. And maybe the real goal isn't reaching the highest level. Maybe it's reaching the point where money stops controlling every decision you make. If this breakdown helped you see money differently, you're already thinking ahead of most people. And if you want to keep learning and grow together with others who are trying to understand how money really works in the real world, follow Monetary Cipher. Let's decode money and build wealth together. Because in the end, you're still the same person, but the number beside your name, that changes everything.